I think that what people don't understand is when you come into these spaces, you don't know what you're getting, right? You automatic because there's so many men that all they do is just come down on women, and then you look at them and you're like, "Sir, look in the mirror," you know. So you never know which one you're talking to, right? And so sometimes I think we take offense to things, and we just don't like. But Miss Hickens said, I don't know you like that to know if you even have my best interests at heart. So we have to sit there and listen to you speak first to even see, because there have been men, black men, who have guided us down bad paths, right? So we just want to make sure that you're the one that we can follow. I'm pretty sure you can agree with that. Not all black men are good for you. You happen to be one, you feel like you're doing the work, but it would take us a minute to see that that's you. Because if I don't follow you, or if I don't know much about you, I can just assume, we see it in the chat. Think about all the negative stuff that's spilled in the chat. We don't know if you're that person who comes up spilling that negative, vibe. I do not agree with the comments about anybody's death or anything of that nature. I agree that is maybe a little distasteful, but well, it is distasteful, but I will say, just from the standpoint of panelists, we get hit so hard all the time. And maybe it was just timing. You came up, the chat will come for you. They talk about your family. They don't even know you. They come for your entire life. And you just got that build up. And then you come on here and then it's like, and if we don't give you an opportunity to speak and listen to what you're trying to say, you could probably get the brunt of the, now I'm taking it out on you because I'm being attacked in the chat. Am I making sense right now?
You're making sense, but here's the thing, Jan, this is not her first interaction with me and pawning me off like she don't know me. It started when she was pointing out, I was on a Sunday show, and she pointed out incorrects about Michelle Obama and their plights. And then it went left when I held her accountable and asked her if she read the book, which I did. And then you heard all type of pussy shit, snot, motherfucker, this, that, and the third. And I'm there like, because you didn't read a book? Okay. So now I'm getting a gauge of what you are. And when a woman tells me she can match my energy and get more nasty and try to have other people co-sign that bad behavior, it's not me. And it's plain to see in this action, the gift and the curse about this internet thing, there's always receipts. And when I hold you to the things that you say and you don't wish to adhere to them because they're being put back in your face, you can't say one thing and then go do the next. Like, if I do something wrong, I have to be accountable for it. On King Talk, I'm accountable. This coming Tuesday, I gotta apologize to Sweeney because as loud as my offense was on the last show, has to be done on the show. When I was wrong about the Willie Lynch letter, I had to go to Brother Shannon. I was wrong. It was Henry Drax. That's standing in the mud and being accountable for certain things. When you tell a woman that she's unruly and she's pushing the narrative in the wrong direction and then trying to have other sisters align with those bad values, and I say, talk for yourself, I'm a hoe. I'm zesty. Go dig up your dead grandmother. Whatever you could feel to lash back at me, because I am holding up that mirror and holding you to a standard. By misdirecting, I'll use your words, mistaken, your bad behavior. Because you're actually putting that on Shan, Ali, mistaken. If somebody's just a passerby and they watch any one of y'all smile, which they will take at face value that, oh, they cool with that. And now y'all get that jacket. And I know y'all, it can't fit y'all.
Kenny, I just like looking at myself in the camera.
Well, seeing what Shan just said, I think she's absolutely right. Because when you came up here with a mission and a purpose to correct Cookie. Because whatever happened last week, it was still bothering you. And so for me, I kind of felt like you tried to pull me into that whole thing with whatever you had with her. And by the way, mistaken, you were laughing. I didn't have anything to do with that beef. So when you used words like, for me to correct or whatever. That's why I say it's the context in which it happened. You came out here already with a purpose to get at her, like I'm gonna check her, kind of a thing, because you was holding on to that, and then I felt like I was receiving some of that, and I'm like, whoa, I ain't even saying, like, I didn't even remember what the show was about last week. And then you're like, oh, by the way, mistaken, like, by the way, mistaken, you're gonna get some of this too. That was the way that I was feeling the energy. So that was why my response was, I don't know you like that for you to correct me.
And I
So,
take
I
it.
like I
think
said,
that
now that we clear that up and we see the context in which all of that transpired,
Shan is
you
trying
know
to
what
get
I'm
over the
saying?
rainbow.
I don't have an issue with any man saying something to me respectfully within a context of looking out for my well-being. I have no problem with that.
And
But
a man should be
like I
able to
said, I just
break
wanted
down
to
the
clarify
context
where my
as
energy came from, because with
I,
the word
I
you're
do
gonna
recognize that. Mistaken,
so.
okay.
I recognize that.
So I think that when we have conversations on here, so I think that you have the right to say how you feel, Kenny. You know, if that offended you and you come on here, you have the right to say that. But I think that when we're in these spaces, especially, and we're dealing with so many people, so many personalities, and we're trying to get a message across, how we do, and that's for me too, how we deliver the importance should be getting the message, right? So sometimes we have to deliver the message in a way that it can be received, because the whole goal is to make sure they're receiving the message. So sometimes we may have to use our language a little bit so that say, hey, that offended me. I just want you to know I didn't feel that you saying it to me. And I know this is a female ways of saying it, right? But at the end of the day, it's about being received, because we hear all the time men say, you're going to respect me, you're going to respect me. Imagine me coming to you and correcting you. You're going to look at me like, who? What? We
That's an
say that
assumption.
all the time. We say
That's an
that all the
assumption.
time.
I
So,
get I
what
gave
I'm
the
saying,
dynamic. I
so
gave the dynamic
basically,
about Ali.
right.
Ali, me being the 200 some odd pound man. I love and respect her. If I truly love and respect her and she sees I'm about to jump up and crash out and she puts her hand on my chest and stops me dead in my track with her soft words, you think I'm gonna bowl her over and go past her?
No,
I'm gonna take a knee.
So right. So her delivery made a difference. So what I'm saying to you is, because you said if she the way she did it. Now, if she came off popping off at you, it's the delivery. She could be saying the same thing. It's just how she delivered it that made a difference. And all we're saying is there's ways to talk to women where the delivery, both ways. Women need to know how to talk to men in a soft approach, and men need to learn how to talk to women so that the message on both ends can be received. Does that make sense?
You're 100% right, Shan. If a man, how I came up, you did not hear me come up slamming no doors, throwing no Timberland boots at nobody. I made direct points.
Yeah, I think that's the issue that she's saying. So okay, so I think I understand what Shan is saying, and I understand who Kenny is. So Kenny will have to address what the topic is on the table directly to the person who said it and to the person who did this at such and such time. So mistaken, when you said that you took it as that was smoke, he's recounting the events that took place, what everybody did on the TikTok. He's not saying that you participated in this thing over here. What he's doing is just dropping the, hey, these are just the facts, man. This is what happened at this time. This is what you said in this context. So it was just a factual matter that you laughed, not judging the fact that you did, is what I'm hearing when he explains the
Yeah,
story.
because I also added the context to her. You're one of the most level-headed women on the panel.
Yeah.
But when a woman feels like someone's about to attack her, I get the response. The defense mode. But as for you trying to, as times when she was up here, you saw me try to take it back, walk it, ask questions, and it just was met with vitriol, expletives, belittling, and that's not conducive to a healthy conversation. And it's
No,
not.
but yeah, but I understand what Shan is saying, because what she's saying is women communicate differently, and she wants men to understand what that
tone.
communication.
Okay, soften your tone.
Well,
Speak
it's more
to
than
me
that.
a little bit more delicately.
It's
so we like the manly in you. It's just the word. We can use better words that are not offensive to the other person, right? So like I think Mistaken heard you say, well, let me correct you, but you didn't have. You could just take that word out of it. You can still correct them without saying. There's ways you can talk to people where it's, received. I learned that from my students. Not all my kids are going to learn the same way. I have to figure out, how do I speak to this person in a way that they can receive what I'm trying to, because the goal is the education part, right? So everybody is different because we come from different walks of life, how we've been held as our parents. I mean, so much, it's so much, right?
So
but there's one thing that's general. What I'm saying is there's a universal way of doing things that is always going to be received by a person. Like, I'm not saying soften your voice. I'm not saying that at all. But we're just saying, like, I'm gonna be real with you, Mistaken. Can I be real with you? Can we have an honest conversation? Because that's how Mistaken talks.
I'm open. I don't have an issue.
I know, but here's the thing, Shan.
Be real with me, Shan. Go ahead.